So I realised I still hadn't joined up this bit in with the hand because I wanted to do it after it was all assembled and when I was ready, because I didn't want it to make it a bit weak, I suppose, because it's quite a small join. So I'm going to do that now. I'm trying to just get it lying completely flat, and I know that these angles can only be in either 60 or 120 configurations. So you just have to make sure that the verticals are vertical. So I've got some work today, actual work, animation work, which is great because this is the first time in January and we really need it because as much as I love my sewing and my sewing endeavours, it doesn't bring in any money at all, unfortunately, because I would love to just be able to do that all the time. So I have to bite the bullet and do some animation, although I do enjoy it and I'm extremely grateful to have some for a few days this week. So get to it, I suppose. So I'm back in the basement and I've got Reginald roughly where I want him on the backing. He is quite close to the edge, so he's going to be quite tight onto the border. But that's fine, I think, because it's a plain fabric. I think that's going to work all right. And now I'm going to pin it, but I'm going to do it cautiously because this isn't a table, this is a pool table, and there's a gap in the middle. So I need to pin it well enough to pull it apart, put some things in the pool table, and then I'll be able to put weight on it because I want to use some dabs of glue to help keep him in position whilst I'm appliquing, and then I can iron the glue dry. But at the moment, that's not going to work. So that's my next steps. Dragon, because I'm going to concentrate firstly on this hole. This is the place that I'm going to sew first, because it's quite often in holes. If you don't sew them first, it'll go baggy. That's what I found with the legs of one of the nutcrackers. It was just not flat enough. So I tend to do the holes in the appliqué first. So what I want to do is I want to iron, so I want there to be a nice soft layer beneath it all, and like I said before, I'm going to do little dots of glue. That's the aim anyway, but I need to make sure that there's absolutely no wrinkling. So day 3 of work, not a lot of the sewing done unfortunately, but at least I'll be able to feed the kids this week, which has been a bit dicey recently, so that is actually quite important. Probably going to be continuing to work for the rest of the week. This weekend I've got a sewing group coming round to the house. My lovely ladies and I will be making the heart block, which I recently released as a free giveaway. So I'm so looking forward to that. So whilst my computer's just processing, I thought I would make a star for my border, and I thought I would show you how I assemble a star. So start off by joining 2 of my pieces. So now I want to make sure that this edge and the top of this next one are in a straight line. So I tend to just do that on this side first before flipping it over. And then where you move the tail out of the way, it can go a little bit rounded. So I just follow this little crease up to the top, put my needle in, and then I make sure that it's going in to the piece behind, exactly where this piece here is attached. So where the point of that is there, we make sure that that is where we're securing the point of this here. Just see here, look, that isn't quite lining up there, so I'm going to do a few stitches down, and then I'm going to knot off and reattach. I'm just going to sew back up to meet that now. Okay, you can see it's in a complete straight line there. So now I'm going to get my next shape and do exactly the same. I want it to line up to create a straight line with this one here. So again, I go to the top where it's just gone a bit rounded, and then I go the top of where this one is. Can you see? It's right at the tip of that one. just going to open it out to have a look. See, it's lined up here. See, it creates a straight line. That's exactly what we want. Okay, perfectly lined up. So I'm going to continue that with the next one. Fold these out of the way. By this point, you can almost just go into the middle of the star that you've made. Because the middle is where you want it to go, so line it up and start sewing with the middle. It will be in the right place. Okay, make sure that we are still in a straight line. Also use your tail as a guide. When you bend it back, it lines up with that straight line. You know that you're doing it right. Okay, so last one, using the same method, we want it to line up with that. So I'm going to line up, make sure that the tail is horizontal. Just put my needle through that and dead in the middle of the other one. We know where the middle is now, it's not difficult to work out. There's enough tails and different things to sew through to get that in the right place. So that is now lined up, and I'm just going to fold that down, carry on. Okay, see, that's lined up nicely. You really need to make sure you fold these tails back just so you can see that the points are lined up. Go. You see that? Now I know that many people say to do 3 and then 3, but the problem with that is you need to have an absolute perfect half to get that to work, otherwise it just looks off. And also, using Father Christmas as an example, won't teach you to join these bits. Okay, because that one will already be joined to there, and you still need to join these two. And you can see that these actually make half a star there. So by doing it individually, not only I think you get a better finish, but also it teaches you to do these edge ones correctly as well, because you can't sew those 3 and 3.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching. See you next time.